list. So maybe you can sort of nod, maybe I'm confident, lack of focus, maybe lack of authentic language, useful phrases to use in the activity, afraid to make a mistake. Maybe their friends will start laughing at them if they say something wrong. Okay. No reason to speak. They don't give them enough reason sometimes. Okay. Others dominate. Maybe in the group, one student is stronger. Okay. And often, time as well. We do the presentation. Maybe we do the presentation of the grammar. We do some controlled practice, and then, damn, out of time. Okay. We don't have enough time for those speaking activities. All right. So we're going to try and look at how we can overcome some of those challenges today. All right. Now, individually, I had a problem in Hanoi and Da Nang with this. Individually means how many? One. I will be checking, okay? So that means no conferring with your partner, okay? So work individually first, all right? Can you choose four of the top challenges for you, okay? So you choose 4 individually, and if you started to share already, can you add one more that's maybe not here? Maybe you talked with your friend already. See if you can add more. So total, I want you to have how many? 5. So you choose 4 that you think are most relevant to you, and then add 1. And you're working in a pair? In a group? Individually? Individually mean how many? We'll see. All right. I'll give you 1 minute. Go. Okay? Okay, so hopefully you've chosen 4, hopefully you've added 1. Now, could you find somebody next to you? Find a partner next to you, all right? You're going to share your 5 with a partner, but there's more to it. You have to share with each other 5, and then together you have to agree on 3 top challenges. Okay, so share together your 5 each, and then try and agree together on how many? On 3. Okay, I will give you, to help you, I've lost it off there a little bit, some useful phrases, okay, that you could use to help you with your conversation. Let me try that now. So, see if you can use those. Yeah, so what did you choose? I chose the following. I agree with. What about you? So what do you think are top 3? Okay, you can use the useful phrases to help you. All right? See if you can agree on 3 with your partner. So share first, then try and agree on 3. All right? I'll give you a couple of minutes.
thì mình có mấy này
So 20 seconds, try and agree on your top three. Try and agree on your top three. Okay, let's stop there. Right. So, why do you think the activity is called 5, 3, 1? Okay. What do you think comes next? What does 1 mean, do you think? So, one option now for you could, so one pair could find another pair, share your top 3, and then together you have to narrow down to 1. Okay, you don't have to do that. I just want to sort of let you know that. So it's called a 5, 3, 1. Individual, pair up, share, narrow down, using useful phrases, pair up, try and narrow down to 1. Okay. So that's one idea of trying to get the most out of the activity. All right. One other thing to think about when you do an activity like this is how or who is going to share back to the class. Usually the strong one in the group will want to share back to the teacher. Okay, but if you're clever, when they are 2 pairs together, so 2 pairs together makes how many? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can number them in a group 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you say, right, number 3s in the group are going to feed back to the whole class, okay? In that way, they all have to be maybe accountable. They all have to maybe do the work together. You don't tell them who's going to feed back. When you're ready, they've narrowed down to their 1. Now you say, okay, number 3s are going to feed back. Number 3s go, oh, help me. They might want to help each other a little bit. That keeps them on their toes a little bit more, and it stops the strong ones from dominating the feedback. Okay? So that kind of activity is one activity that helps us maybe now transition to some of the key principles. So in that activity, we're thinking about the great speakers. We're being aware of them with that number 3 when they're giving the feedback. We're thinking about that. We're getting a lot of interaction, okay, but also individual time, pair time, group time. We're trying to maximize that time. We're giving them a reason as well. They've got to try and narrow down to 3, narrow down to 1. We're giving them more of a reason to speak. We had some useful phrases, some useful language, okay, to support maybe those who don't have enough language. You might want to add some more depending on your class. For feedback as well, we got maybe the number 3 to feedback. Another tip on the feedback. So when you get one feedback from one group, okay, thank you very much, you go to another group and they have to repeat what that group said first and then add one thing. Go to another group, repeat what that group, and then add one thing. It's a different way of getting or challenging them a bit with feedback, and it makes them listen too, right? Because they don't want to seem stupid in front of their friends, so they're gonna listen hopefully. Okay. We gave them a goal, a measurable goal. So choose 4 plus 1, choose 3, choose 1. Okay, something very measurable for them to work towards. If it's measurable and they succeed, they get a good sense of achievement as well and motivation, hopefully. Okay, it's always good for teams. Atmosphere of trust. I'll talk about this one a little bit later. What that basically means is that usually, as a teacher, we throw lots of activities on our students and they give us lots of information about them. Oh, what's your favourite hobby? Where do you go on holiday? We get information. So sharing something back to the students from your life as well is a good way of building an atmosphere of trust in the class. They get to know you more and hopefully are more likely to take part in your activities. And I'll show you a few more ideas how you can do that later. All right? And always think about any activity in the book. Think about how you can give them choice as well. Okay, so choose your top 5. Okay, narrow down to your top 3. Giving them choice can be motivational and a good key principle too. If in the course book you're teaching that doesn't have choice, see how you can maybe tweak or change, adapt the activity to give a little bit more choice. Okay? So we're going to have a look at a few more activities now. We're then going to reflect back on the key principles. We'll see which key principles are covered well, maybe which ones not so well, and then how we could maybe deal or add in things to cover all the principles. All right? Now, could you show me your mobile phone? If you have your mobile phone in your hand, if it's not out, then you can leave it there. If it's in your hand or on your legs, just wave your mobile phone at me. All right. Put that one down, okay, and then put your hands up, jazz hands, okay. So absolutely no cameras, phones for this activity, okay? Because I'm going to flash a picture to you, okay? You have to try and remember as much as you can about the picture in 3 seconds only. Okay, only 3 seconds. All right? So, your aim, look at the picture, try and remember as much as you can. Afterwards, you'll work individually, maybe to write down 3 things that you remember. So focus on, I have to work on my spoken production. Focus on maybe 3 things. Try and remember three things. Okay? Quick phone check. Okay, right. Are you ready? 3 seconds. How many things are you going to try and remember? 3. Keep them to yourself. Don't share yet with your partner. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, so see if you can write down individually first 3 things. So what did you see? So you can use the structures to help you. So I saw a or he, she was beeping. Okay, action or maybe wearing the clothes. I think there was or there may have been. See if you can write down 3 ideas, things that you remember. Okay, individually first.
Anh không có remote hả?
20 seconds. Try and make 3. If you've done 3, try and add 1 more. Try and add 1 more. If you're a fast finisher, try and add 1 more if you can. Now, so hopefully you've got 3 things that you saw, okay? With your partner again, okay, with your partner, can you share your 3 things with a partner, okay? Are they the same or are they different, okay? So share with your partner. You can use the structures, yeah, what did you see, okay, what about you? See if you can use some of those useful phrases, all right, good luck.
Gia đình số nó dài ra quay vô cạnh cái lỗi quay rộng ra đi đó. đó. Lấy anh Trung, còn anh đứng anh nói anh luôn. Rồi đi lên được rồi, đi lên. Lấy cái thành không gì.
Okay.
Vô luôn.
Right. So give me a couple of things. Let's see if we're on the right track. The lady with the lovely colourful shirt and the glasses and the beautiful hair. One thing that you can remember. What did you see? Just one thing. He was wearing red boots. Do you agree with her? She said he. Do you agree it's a he? Anyone disagree? A couple of you disagree. So give me one sentence. You think she's a girl? Okay. You think she's a girl. All right. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a pair check. All right. So you shared 3 sentences each. We're now going to check the picture, all right? And you're going to give your partner some feedback if they were correct or incorrect, all right? So, for example, when I show you the picture, it may be, for example, oh, you saw a boy, you are correct, well done, good job, high fives, okay? Or used appropriate language. Or you saw a girl, you are wrong, bad luck, okay? I'm not saying that's true, all right? So I'll show the picture, give your friends some feedback on the sentences that they gave you, okay? It is actually a boy, okay? It is a boy, all right? So give them a little bit of feedback.
Uống nước rồi, lấy uống nước đúng không?
Right. Okay. So that's one example of a little pair feedback. Again, trying to maximize the interaction. So you were all talking to each other. So at least 50% of the time the students were speaking there. So it is a boy. Okay, well done. There's some confusion over this one. What do you think that is? A bat. So it's actually a plastic tennis bat. Okay. Yeah. Hands up if you're from the UK. Anybody from the UK here? Okay. When you were young, did you play a game called swing ball? Like some of you play also. Where are you from? Oh, also you have New Zealand. Fantastic. So it's a pole you put in the ground in the garden, and there's a string. On the end of the string is a tennis ball. All right, and you stand with, for example, I play with my brother. We stand opposite each other on other sides of the pole. I try and hit the ball this way, and try and work the ball up to the top. He tries and hits it the other way, and work the ball down to the bottom. If it gets to the bottom, he wins. If it gets to the top, I win. Okay? It's called swing ball. Great game. So this is me when I'm 4 years old. Okay? So, yeah. And I'm glad you noticed the sexy red boots. Yeah. Okay? And I still have rubbish chicken legs today. My brother always teased me for having a really big head and very short legs. It's my proportioning, I don't know, yeah. Okay? So that was an example of a pair feedback, okay? To encourage a little bit more interaction. But there's a reason I showed a picture of me. It's kind of sharing something about my life as well to you. We talked about the atmosphere of trust. So if you're brave enough to share some pictures of you when you were young, do share with your students, okay? You can help them get to know you, break down a few barriers, and hopefully that will help them to speak as well. All right? So again, for that activity, I think we focused a lot on the feedback, the difference there, a pair feedback activity, lots of interaction going on. When you flash the picture, you're sharing, and then again through the feedback, lots of interaction. Again, there's a reason there, so you flash, okay, they share, and then they give themselves some feedback. Measurable, again, you could change that. So we said 3 things for you, share 3 things from your partner. If you wanted to, you could try and, again, narrow down on the one thing that you were sure about in that picture together. That could be an idea to make it more measurable. Atmosphere of trust. Okay, I'm sharing from the teacher to students. We gave them some useful language, some useful phrases. I guess they could choose a little bit from, they choose what they saw, they could be selective. That's probably one thing that maybe is lacking a little bit there. So if you're doing an activity, similar activity, I think how you could maybe add some more choice. I guess you could show them some different pictures and they got to focus in on one picture. Think about how you might want to do that. Okay. Oh God! Don't tell me. I haven't seen it yet, so don't tell me what happens in the end. Okay. So who are these guys and girls? Yes. I got very confused. So what Wonder Woman is not an Avenger, right? DC. See, my students would know. I got no idea, but the students would put you right. Okay. Now, on a piece of paper, could you draw? You don't have to draw the characters, but could you draw 3 big interlocking circles? So see if you can draw 3 big interlocking circles. It's a kind of a Venn diagram, or I'd call it a tripie. Okay, up to you what you call it. Okay. So nice and big is better. All right. Now for this one, I'm not going to give you a choice. We can discuss how we can give them more choice later. But could you write in the top of this circle Captain America, Wonder Woman, and Hulk? So maybe just at the bottom of the circle, just at the top of the circle, so you have some space to write in the circle. Okay? So this is an example of a graphic organizer, okay, to help collect information, summarize information, but then the students can use it to produce as a springboard for production a bit later. Okay? So what do you know about these characters? So with your partner first, can you try and think of 2 things that you know already about these characters? Don't write anything yet. Just with a partner, what do you know about these characters already? Okay? If you know nothing, that's okay as well. All right? We will enlighten you today. With a partner, 2 things you know about each character. Okay? What do you know? Tell your friend.
Ông lần luôn nhớ vào tình nữa. Chuyện gì mà ông nói lên việc làm kịp không? Công việc lên đây em nói. Thì bây giờ sớm làm phải rồi, người ta đưa tặng đi còn lại đâu đánh nó thôi. Nào. Đang giảm vô, giảm ra. Giảm ra. Cạn. Nó là mình ép. Đầu nó giảm sáng đi.
Okay, stop there. Right. Oh, sounds like you know something. That's a good start. All right. Now, on your diagram, so on your Venn diagram or on your tripie, can you try and put these in the right place? So, for example, where would you write the word man here? Where would you write that? Oh, someone's got a flag. Someone's got a goal. Who's got that? Was that me or was that you? That was me. Probably here, right? So man, they're the same, okay? So you put man here, all right? So see if you can add those 5 words to your diagram, okay? You can work with your partner if you like, or you can work individually, up to you. Right? Try and add those 5 words. You can do a bigger one if you want, it's easier, yeah. Okay. So maybe you've got something like that. If there are some differences, it's not the end of the world actually. In Hanoi, I put Avengers here and I got shouted at. Oh, Wonder Woman is DC, she's not Avenger. Okay, so I had to change that there. Okay. And strong, where would you put strong? Maybe. I guess Hulk is 50. When he's Hulk, he's strong, isn't he? But when he's Doctor, what's his name? Bruce Banner. Okay. Yeah. Right now the challenge comes. Okay. I am going to give you, I think about 6 to 8 individual challenges. Okay. I'm going to give you 4 minutes and 4 seconds. 4 seconds to try and complete the challenge. Okay, so here is your challenge. On your diagram, can you add the following? Okay, try and add one more difference for Wonder Woman. Try and add one difference for the Hulk, etc., etc. Okay. See if you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things from your knowledge onto your diagram, okay? You are allowed to share with a partner, okay? No problem.
Anh cứ qua đây đi, em đây rồi nghỉ đi nữa. Chỉ làm việc của nó là cứ đây đây rồi. Chưa gì chửi. Nó là tự do rồi khác. Nó có bộ trên được tự do khác còn mình không có làm không. Mình đừng nếu mà ổng như thế mình cũng bắt cho đấy. Ngay từ đầu nó thẳng còn đây nó nhiều mà. Không, ấy là nếu mà như ông sao bớt thì mình tự bắt. Còn đây cái đội đây đội khác. Không, cái đội đây đội khác. Không, anh làm chậm là đúng rồi, anh đỡ một món rồi mình đỡ 2 món này. Dinh vừa luôn. Cái này đỡ cao quá, đỡ sáng lên cần này.
1 minute.
Nó bây giờ đang bị nổi rồi này.
Okay, stop there for now. Don't worry if you haven't finished everything. Okay? Nice, some good discussion there. Remember, if they're going to work in pairs for this activity, you might want to think about giving them some maybe useful language structures to have that conversation. What kind of structures or useful phrases were you using in that conversation? Try and remember with your partner. What were you saying in English to your partner that we could maybe pre-teach to our students? What were you saying to your partners? Just have a quick share. What were you saying? What kind of language were you using? What kind of useful phrases were you using? Okay. So think about giving them some useful language. The next step, to take it to the next level, the maximum interaction would be a mingling task. So maybe in the pairs you're working together, you guys would stand up, move around, and then meet other pairs, and then you could use the same structure, but can you give me one difference for Wonder Woman? And then you can add that to your diagram. So you give me one difference for the whole. Okay, thank you very much. Write it in. Move on to the next pair. So mingling around, collecting more information. Okay. And again, if you wanted to, you could set maybe a measurable challenge there for them as well. A time limit or 5 new things you have to add to your diagram. Okay, give them a measurable challenge. Right. So that was a try and hide. Again, a graphic organizer for maybe summarizing information. Okay, they're interacting, and they go off, meet other pairs, groups, and then collect more information. Okay, it's a good idea. The topic as well, hopefully, would be one that might engage some of your students. But what I suggest to you is, find out more about your students, what they're into. And if you don't already, like a student questionnaire, a student survey, find out what they're into. Whatever, K-pop or Avengers or computer games, Assassin's Creed, and what other computer games they love? PUBG. Again? PUBG, it's a computer game. I'm way out of touch. I need to get more in touch. Okay, I'll look at that one. PUBG. Get these things, and they can maybe compare computer games like PUBG, Assassin's Creed, and
World of Warcraft.
Warcraft or something like that. Okay. This is where choice would come in. So you could set up maybe an Avengers one, a computer game one, and maybe a famous singer one, and then they would choose the topic, the category that they want to kind of do in their class. So that would be like an element of choice based on their interest. Okay. So again, hopefully we're covering lots of the bases there in terms of those key principles. All right. We're just thinking a little bit more about the activity, trying to give a little bit more emphasis and as much interaction as possible. Okay. I think the atmosphere of trust there comes with maybe listening to your students, finding out what they're interested in, and then integrating that into the classroom. I'm sure they will really, really appreciate that you are listening to their interests. Now, I saw this one recently in a science class. They were teaching through the English medium. And I thought I would show you, and I think it's very applicable for English classes as well. So, this is a good one for maybe trying, as David was talking about in his critical thinking plenary, trying to maybe get more from the students in terms of their thinking. Okay, get them to start thinking a bit more critically. So, I need. Can I borrow the two handsome men at the front? Can I borrow you for this activity? Okay. Can I borrow you? So you don't have to do any speaking. Don't worry. Could you give them a clap? Make them feel like you hold that one there. Stand down. And then we just pull it a little bit tight. Okay. So it's kind of like a washing line. Okay. And on the washing line, we can paste at one end, we can paste I strongly, you can see what's going to happen, can't you? I strongly agree, okay, and at the other end, we have I strongly disagree, okay. We can then pose a statement to the students. So maybe from the book, if you've got some statements in the book that they have to discuss. So let's think of a statement. I'm going to be a devil's advocate, like David was talking about. So I'm going to say Hanoi is way better than Ho Chi Minh City. Okay? Hanoi is way better than Ho Chi Minh City. Okay? Now, with your partner, okay, do you strongly agree with my statement? Do you strongly disagree? Or are you somewhere else on life? You are not allowed to be in the middle. You cannot, you say in English, you cannot sit on the fence, okay? It's all about encouraging opinion, okay? So give your opinion to your partner first, in the safety of a partner activity, all right? Try and use these structures. So with your partner, I strongly agree because, blah, 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 I agree, I disagree, or I strongly disagree. Share your opinion with your partner first, okay? I'll give you a couple of minutes. What do you think? Hanoi is way better.
Nó nói là sao bên kia nó nói tay nghề mình ha.
All right. Now, so once they've had a chance to give their individual opinion, a partner, maybe as a teacher first, to build an atmosphere of trust, you give your opinion first, okay? So I'm going to put mine in the